Isa sa karaniwang New Year's resolutions na naririnig tuwing bagong taon ang pag-eehersisyo. Pero ang ilan, hindi alam kung paano ito sisimulan. Kasama natin si Valerie Tiu, isang yoga at pilates instructor, para malaman ang mga maaaring gawin para makapagsimula ng fitness routine sa taong 2026. Valerie, what is the first step that people can take to start a fitness routine in the new year?
I think, first of all, it's important to think about what your goals are in terms of fitness, and also thinking about how much time you have, your capacity is, and how much time you want to commit to your fitness. It's also really important, I think, to explore different types of movement modalities. There's so many different ways to move. There's yoga, there's Pilates, there's HIIT training. Do you want to strength train? Do you want to do more cardio? So many ways to move, and I think it's really important to find a practice that's sustainable for you and a practice that feels good in your body.
Can you demonstrate some easy-to-do exercises that people can do at home?
Absolutely. I think one of the best ways to get into movement is to focus in on stretching and mobility. So I really like to suggest that people move their spine in all its directions, create that space, and get the joints moving too. I think even just some simple neck rolls, working the shoulders all its directions, getting the legs working around the hip joints. All these are really common areas of tension. We hold a lot of tension right in our shoulders as well. So we want to find some softening there and really get the joints moving.
You specialize in yoga and Pilates. Can you tell us what made you interested in these practices?
Well, I personally love yoga and Pilates because they're both very mindful practices. Both practices are all about moving the body and using the breath together. So they're really great practices to create presence, and also brings you in tune with your body as well. So those are just some of the things that I love about it. It's also low impact, and I think it's a great introductory into getting moving, especially if you're newer to movement. I think that yoga and stretching is a really wonderful place to start. And Pilates is also a really great segue into building strength training practices as well.
How easy or difficult was it for you to start your fitness journey?
Oh my goodness, it was definitely not easy. I definitely was not an active person growing up. I was not a gym girly. I didn't really play sports. And so when I felt like I was ready to explore movement, I thought, okay, yoga might be something less intimidating. It's a little bit more focused on a mat. I was intimidated a little bit by the gym scene. I didn't know what to do in there. So I decided to go to my first yoga class, and then I fell in love with that practice. And then a few years later, I discovered Pilates, and I found that it was a wonderful way for me to connect to my core stability, core strength, and understanding the pelvic floor and how all those muscles work.
Why do you think health and fitness typically end up being at the top of people's New Year's resolutions?
Definitely, I think because your health and wellness show up in your everyday experience, right? Health and wellness impact our sleep cycles, it impacts the way that we work, it impacts how we treat others and ourselves. So I think that when people think about their health and wellness and getting fit or, eating better, all those things work in conjunction to help us feel good. So I think that's one of the things that really draw people towards making that a resolution for the New Year's.
How are our identities related to fitness?
So I think that wellness and accessibility is something to really consider. It's important to consider because whether you're showing up with a specific injury or you're showing up with any specific physical conditions or even mental conditions, things to consider like our culture and our financial considerations all play into the ways that we show up for ourselves in fitness spaces. Boutique fitness classes, especially in Toronto, they aren't exactly cheap. So sometimes we need to find practices that work for us, whether that means you're showing up and putting on a free YouTube video, or if you have the funds to go and take a fun, bougie fitness class in a fancy studio.
Any other words of advice you have for people who are intimidated to start working out?
I think that it's really important to think about showing up as you are and understanding that everybody starts at ground zero, and to focus less on comparison and being perfectly fit or looking a certain way. I think it's important to just show up and show up for you. and to find the practices that land and feel good in your body, and to find practices that are sustainable, that work with your scheduling, that work with your lifestyle, and things that also just allow you to find some joy, because movement can really feel fulfilling that way.
Salamat Valerie sa tips kaugnay sa pagiging aktibo sa bagong taon.
Thank you. Salamat.